Hey, what's up everybody? It's that guy Skimpy. Hey, my last video, I made a video about spinnerbaits, all the different molds and all the different materials and stuff that you need to make your own spinnerbaits. Well, I showed the Poisontail Jig mold that I took a Dremel and I modded it so we can make spinnerbaits with the Poisontail Jig mold. Got a few emails and stuff asking if I would make a video showing me making some spinnerbaits with the Poisontail Jig mold. So that's what this video is about. I got the mold right now on top of the hot pot too. It's getting all hot, and then yeah, I'm gonna pour some up, and then we can put the beads and the blades and all that good stuff on there. All right, guys, here it is: Poisontail Jig spinnerbaits. These are the wire forms I'm going to be using. Okay, there it is, item number 2010. Comes in 100. And then these are the hooks I'm going to be using. These are VMC 4/0 spinnerbait hook. So first thing that I do is, when I put it on there, is I take a pliers and I kind of pinch it a little bit. That way it kind of stays in there a little bit better. All right, as the mold is warming up, just wanted to go over a little bit of safety. So you always want to wear welding gloves. Lead gets hot, it can burn you really easy, so you want to protect yourself. So make sure you wear welding gloves. Also want to wear eye protection. You only get one set of eyes, man, so you got to treat them good. Another thing I wanted to mention, I got a fan going on, got the door open, man. Want to make sure there's a lot of flow and stuff in here. You just don't want to breathe in anything. The mold is nice and hot, and I'm gonna get ready to pour here. I just wanted to show you that's where I put my wire, and then you can see I smoked the mold too there, but you can see the line cut where the wire goes, and that's what it's going to look like. I also wanted to mention that you got to put a Teflon pin in there. If you put the regular pin in there, it will make it weedless. So what I do is I just move this Teflon pin right to where the jig starts, and that way there's not it doesn't make a hole in there. Yes, you have to do a little bit of cleaning, but it's okay. So that's what they look like. As you can tell, there's a lot of flashing and stuff that we have to clean up, but that's just because when you put the wire in there, it's really hard to get the mold like all the way closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the sprues and stuff, take a file and clean it up, and then I'll show you a picture. So here they are all cleaned up. So it's time to paint them. All right, guys, so this is how I paint it. Because you can't just dip it in because there's a wire, what I do is I take a piece of paper and I fold it in half, and then I take the jig and I get it right over the heat gun, and then I just sprinkle it on with my hand. All the excess paint is going to get on the paper, and that's fine. That's why I put a crease in there, because then once I'm finished, I just dump it all back in the jar. I'm going to go with ProTech Watermelon, because these are the two skirts I'm going to be using, skirt colors here. The first one is it's white with silver scale, and the second is watermelon with gold scale. So I think it'll look pretty cool with the watermelon. I'll put 2 tabs of this and 1 tab of the watermelon here. Unfortunately, my tripod broke, so I'm gonna have to do it and then I'll show you. Sorry guys, I'm in the middle of getting a new tripod, and then I can show you guys how to do it, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint it up. Okay, I actually just set the phone down. It's gonna have to do, like I said, my tripod broke, so this is how I'm gonna have to film it, so I guess you can see it. Okay, so I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna give it a good stir. I want it real fluffy. And like I said, if it gets on the paper, it's all good. All right. Well, I'll plug this joker in. Here we go. Just give a light sprinkle here. Just make sure that you cover everything. There it is. I don't know if you can tell, but it's all covered. And then when I put it in the oven and bake it, it'll help smooth it all out. All right, that's how I paint them if I'm not airbrushing them. Another way you could do it is airbrush it, but I'm just gonna powder coat that one. Looks pretty good. All right. Okay, so like I said, I just take the piece of paper like this now, and I just put it right back in. There you go. All right, so here are the skirt colors. I went with white, and here's the skirting tool. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the collar on the skirts. Okay, so you probably see me do this a million times, but this is how you do it. You take the little skirt tool, has a metal cone deal. You take the skirt, or excuse me, take the collar, and you push it down. So it looks like that. Here's your skirt collar. Then you can take off the metal piece. Then you put your wire in there. So it's like that. And then you just, since there's tabs on the skirt, it just holds it. So it just looks like that. Then you just pull it through about halfway. Just like that. And then you just take this skirt collar and you roll it down. It's that easy. Boom. Here's your skirt. All right, so as you know, the Poisontail Jig has eyes on it, so we're gonna put these eyes on there. Here's the number. It's like a silver pearl. I'm just waiting for them to get done baking, and then I will use some epoxy and put this on, and then we can start adding all the hardware on there. Put the eyes and the epoxy, just letting this dry real quick. I used Gorilla epoxy. I could have used bigger eyes, but I kind of like that smaller eye there. Looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this dry, and then it's time to put the hardware on. All right, so here's the materials you're gonna need. On the back, I went with a big old Colorado. I believe it's a 4, and then that's gonna go on the back. And if you notice, I have a ball bearing swivel connected to it. And then in the front, I got a size 3 willow. I'm gonna go 2 spacers. Here's the clevis, size 4, and that's what attaches the willow blade on there. And then I have some beads. Okay, so now it's time to assemble. Put all the hardware on. So first thing is I have a bead. I'm gonna put that on, just like that. Then I get a clevis, and I put it on the blade. You can see that. And you want the blade facing the head. Okay, so then you're going to put another bead on. And then one of the little spacers. I actually put 2 spacers on. And then one more bead. So it looks like that. right now. Okay, so now we're gonna take the Colorado blade. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name of it. Take the Colorado blade and we're gonna put it on here, but we have to bend the back of the wire. So let me find my pliers. And what you want to do is, I'll just kind of show you. Kind of go like that first. Okay. Then I just kind of put it on. And then now I bend it all the way. It's kind of tricky. And then you want to make sure that's kind of closed there. So just like that. And that's it. Some people cut the wire form. They don't want it so long. I like it longer. I like it just the way it is. Like I said, some people cut off like a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch and then they put it on, but I like the longer. I like it longer. So now it's time to put on the skirt. Okay, like I always do with the skirt here, is I want to put it kind of in the middle here. And then what I mean by the middle is when I fold it in half, I want it about the same length with you want the skirt collar standing straight up, and then you kind of make it so it's about even here. That's about even. So now what you do is you just put the skirt on, put it right through the middle, push it all the way up, just like that. And I have to find my scissors because I have to cut the tabs off. Okay, found my scissors. They were hiding from me. So now we want to cut the tabs off. All right. Get it kind of situated here. And then I want to come and just kind of make it even. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Poisontail Jig spinner. Look at that thing. It's perfect. So there it is, the Poisontail Jig spinnerbait. Came out pretty cool. I really like the colors. It is kind of a bulky skirt. You can put 2.5 tabs on there and it'll look great, but I like it a little bit bulky. All right, guys, there you have it, the Poisontail Jig spinnerbait. It makes a pretty cool looking spinnerbait, man. Look at that thing. All right, well, there it is. There's the video. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you learned something. Go get yourself the Poisontail Jig mold, man. And just do the get a Dremel. It's not even that hard. You just cut a little line right where the spinnerbait wire goes, and it fits right in there. I also get the question, once you do the mod, can you still pour regular Poisontail jigs? The answer is absolutely yes. You can definitely pour Poisontail jigs after you do the mod, so it's not that big of a deal. The only thing, once you do the mod, sometimes when you're pouring regular Poisontail jigs is you can get a little extra lead towards the head. Not a big deal, man. You just cut it and then use a file and get it off. All right, there it is, man. All right, as usual, big shout out to Do It Molds. All right, guys, that guy Skimpy, please subscribe.